Alright guys, welcome back. BigPoppaTMo here. We are back playing some more Escape the Pacific, episode 17. We are back on Home Base Island, and yeah, we're gonna drop off a whole bunch of wood here, and we're gonna let that soak in the water, and we're gonna do that for our smokers. We have two smokers going on right now. They do take a while to do, and you need to put wet wood in them, so we are back with the wet wood. It is getting a little late in the day. The sun is kind of going down a little bit. And on the last episode, we were doing some work on the base. And we are going to continue on in that vein. We got to get some more of this base built. We're going to pretty much go through as much of our materials as we can. And then we will see what we have to do beyond that. But if you guys are liking this video series, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I definitely need the subscriptions. I'm trying to get them up to the 1,000 level. Right now we're sitting right at about 250, and that means everything to me. You might want to turn on those notifications if you want to get notified when I do new content or when I go live. Let's get right back to it. So what we got to do here is we got to break up a bunch of those tree trunks into thick branches. We're going to need the thick branches, and we're going to need a bunch of the long sticks, because what we are doing is we are putting in floors and we are putting in roof sections. And pretty much everything we're doing right now requires long sticks. So we're going to be doing a lot of that. Let me go ahead and get these broken up. We are putting some floors in and some roofs, and we're basically just making a nice big living space for the base. I think when we're done with this, it's going to be pretty nifty. I'm going for kind of a mix of a Viking longhouse, Southeast Pacific survival shed type of thing, and it's coming along nicely. Got a nice looking roof going on. We got a high peaked roof with a nice open center. We're going to have some nice storage space upstairs. The nice bedroom is the plan. And we're going to turn down here into our kitchen. We'll move the bed and everything upstairs in a little while. But for now, yeah, that's what we got to do. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Whole bunch of stuff going on. Now we do have a bunch of these palm trunks that we brought back from other islands. And we also had a few of them from this island. We still have some palm trees, we have some papaya trees, and we have some banana trees left on the islands. Now we have to leave, we don't have to, but we are going to leave those fruit trees alone because, you know, you want free fruit. Free fruit is a wonderful thing. Now we've got plenty of coconuts already. So I'm not that concerned about keeping the palms on the island. So we may cut those down in the future as well. Or we may just go venture out and gather resources from different islands. And I've learned a lot over the last couple weeks. Um, right now we are on episode 17 here, but I've also got a couple other save files where I try different things out off camera and make sure I'm not, making huge mistakes. The game is still new to me, and it is still in alpha, so it's still new to everybody. But I've learned a lot. This, as our main base island, we are going to pretty much do a little bit of everything here. We're going to build all of our farm plots on this island. We're going to have our main base here. This is where we're going to do all of our cooking and stuff like that, and we're going to really, really get into every aspect that this game currently has to offer. And it's going to be here on this island. So we got to make it as comfortable as possible. Now, one thing you do have to do is you have to pay attention to maintenance. There are no maintenance costs. Ooh, did the game crash on me? Think the game might have crashed. We'll see. Yep, there it goes. Again, guys, alpha game. Make sure you save often. Make sure you save often. Let me see if I can get this rolling back up real quick. I do apologize for the black screen. I know it sucks. It is part of the experience, though. If the game had not come back up, I probably would have had to scrap the last 5 minutes of this video and just start over. But I think we're good to go. It looks like it's coming back up. Looks like it's coming back up. There we go. All right, escape the Pacific now. Of course, this is going to jump us right back to our last save. So we're going to go into single player. We're going to go ahead and continue. And initializing. So again, that is just the ever-present, constant reminder, save often. Now the big question is, had I slept? No, I had not. All right, so it's even earlier in the day now. It is not quite as late as it was on that one. And hey, we're gonna go right back to the joys of alphas. Here's the funny thing though, with a lot of games, I'll be perfectly honest, with a lot of other games, if I had some of the issues with them that I have with this game, with the occasional crashes and stuff like that, I would probably stop playing most other games. The thing that Escape the Pacific has that they don't is I really, really, really enjoy playing this game, even in its current alpha state. I would be perfectly happy playing this game just like it is if this was a final product. But it's not. They're continuing to work on this, and they're continually developing this. Now it's going to be March before we have our next major update, and I'm really curious as to see what they utilize as the next major update. I've seen a bunch of the stuff that they're talking about doing. We'll see what actually gets added to it. Whether it's more content, more crafting, more recipes, more things to do, different islands, and different styles and stuff like that. I'm excited for it. But most other games, I would have stopped playing. I would have been like, you know what? Screw this. It's too much trouble. Don't want it. But I'm having such a good time with this that I deal with those minor frustrations. And of course, it reminds me the same things that I remind you guys every time, and that is save often. Now, I don't mean save every time you do something. If it's a little thing that you do, you don't have to save every 2 minutes. But make sure you're saving like, every hour or so. Actually, I wouldn't even suggest going an hour, but I'd say every 30 minutes you should probably be saving. And what I really need to do is I need to be saving every episode. Normally what I try and do is actually save at the end of an episode, and as soon as I log off, I do a save, and then we're starting fresh from a new spot. If you're going to do a lot of things, if you're going to do a lot of building, do it a little bit more often. You might want to switch it up and do like every 15 minutes or so, just to be sure. And especially if you get this through Steam, the Steam download on this, I have problems with this game syncing with Steam correctly. Every time Steam updates their ads, which seems to be about every hour and a half on my account, I have a syncing issue where the game falls out of sync with it. So sometimes I just need to reboot Steam too. So I'm not just blaming it on Escape the Pacific. A lot of times it's Steam's fault. And hopefully they get that rectified in the future. But again, I'm not talking trash about this game in any way, shape, or form. I really do love this game. I've been putting so much time into it because of that. You know, the sheer fact that out of all the content I've put up on the page over the last couple weeks, the vast majority of it is Escape the Pacific. I'm having a ball. I'm having a ball. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. Hopefully you're enjoying it too. We are getting a little tired here. All right, got that floor finished. Thirst is at 22. Let's go ahead. We are going to have to do something about this water situation. What we do not have, we do not actually have a... we are definitely going to have to do something about the water situation. Might have to break open all the coconuts and fill the water tanks with coconuts. Because that's the fastest way we have to get water here. But if I'm not mistaken, I think I currently have 30 coconuts in storage. That's 30 units of water. That's a lot of water just sitting in a coconut. That is a lot of water just sitting in a coconut. It has not rained recently, so we don't have any water here. Actually, we just got back to the island, so it's not that surprising that we're lacking in the water department. But I also believe I have water on the boat. Might have to check that out shortly too. Cardio, bud. Cardio. Get a break in a minute. Calm that heartbeat down. Now, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in all my other save files is stop getting these boxes. Stop bringing them back. There is no point in lashing down a small box to your boat and bringing it back, unless you just really, really, really like the look of the boxes. The handcrafted ones are so much more effective. They hold so much more material. So it's really not worth making rope and strapping those down. Just put a whole bunch of the put a whole bunch of these on your boat and fill them up. How are these fires doing? Big, big. Meat's at 75%, salmon's at 22. The drying stuff is doing quite well. Our fish traps are still over there. Those are good. We actually have some... We got green papaya, green bananas, young whole papaya, so they'll be ripe tomorrow. The papaya trees are doing quite nicely. The bananas are doing quite nicely. We have papaya on the ground. And we have hemp as well. Now, of course, just a reminder, these also cure some of your thirst. Always useful. All right, while we're right over here, let's grab some of these palm fronds. I totally spaced on the fact that I was trying to put palm fronds in too. This building is going to use a large number of palm fronds because these take 10 per section, which I actually didn't even realize that. Didn't realize they took 10 per, but that's not a bad thing because that will actually help us with going back to another island and bringing them back. One of the tricks that I have learned about carrying materials is we have all of these trunk holders and stick holders on the boat, they're coming off. Those things are coming off real soon. We're not going to be using these things anymore. The only reason I would have these is if I needed to bring back a whole bunch of trunks. And even that, there are other tricks involved. Since I don't really use the trunks for anything other than boat builds and breaking down into other materials, there are more effective methods of doing that. They're basically just taking up space that could be used for other things, like storage boxes. Or one of the other things that you can do is you can half build blueprints on your boat, put a bunch of materials into them, just don't hammer them finished, and then go back here, bring it all back here and destroy the blueprint, and you get all your materials back. Now, if you actually do hammer in the finished blueprint when you get back, if you destroy something, you still get materials back for it, but you only get half of your materials rounded up. So if, say, something takes 7 long sticks and you destroy it, you only get 4 of them back. Whereas if you just put the blueprint halfway up, put all 7 sticks in it, don't finish it, bring it back, you get all 7 back. And I've used that to great advantage on one of my other saves where I was basically doing a struggle save. And by struggle save, what I mean is I started on a little teeny island that had like 2 palm trees. The very first thing that I had to do was get off the damn island, go someplace else, and get all my materials. But I intentionally used a seed for the save that had very few resources, so it's pretty difficult. And I think I'm actually going to do a series on that in the future once I get, a bit more into this. I may have to do the struggle save as an actual series. I'll have to start it again so that you guys can see it from the very beginning. Now let's put those in the floor. Let's get this one all the way up. Now, as I do this build, there are a couple things that I want to do. I want to make sure that I do this properly in certain stages so that I have a true shelter over my head. Because that would actually be how you had to do things. If you're going to be building something. Oh, I put that wall in backwards. Biscuits and gravy. Just realized that that wall is backwards. Well, we're going to leave it up the way that it is for now. And then once I have this building finished and more material in place, we will go ahead and refit this one. This wall is supposed to be facing the other direction. My bad. So what I need to do though is I need to, before I do pretty much anything else on this structure, I need to get the roof cap onto that. So we need to figure out what the best roof cap for that would be. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with the basic Palm 5. And turn it like so. And then we need to find basic palm 9. I think we can slap in like so. There we go. All right, so we need a long stick, 2 palm fronds, 5 long sticks total, and a whole bunch of palm fronds. So we actually don't have the material to do this. So we're going to have to whack down another palm tree. Going to have to whack a palm tree. Because I don't think we have 11 palm fronds. Nope. Target of opportunity. Gotcha, Mr. Krabs. All right, so we are going to take... Which palm tree do we want to take? Let's actually try something. We're going to top this tree. I have heard rumor that if you take the palm fronds off of a tree, and then log out and log back in on a different day, or after a day it will come back in, but I'm not sure. So we're not going to cut that tree down. We're just going to leave it there for the time being. But we are going to get that one taken care of. Get as many of the palm fronds into that one. That one just needs long sticks. How many palm fronds do we need? 4 more. Alright, so we don't have that either. I don't know if we're going to whack down another tree or not. But we want to get this up. 22 whacks. That's a whole lot of hammer blows. My guy is falling asleep. All right, so those are all done. All right, I am going to check on my fires real quick. Medium campfire, they both need wood. Big campfire, big campfire. Ooh, I think we're going to take the risk. I don't think it's going to rain. I haven't had any indication of rain. We're going to go ahead and sleep until sunset. Don't want to sleep too long. So I do want to get a little bit more work done. Where do you think you're going, buddy? I got some hammering left to do on that. That needs some long sticks as well. get these floors in place. All right. Definitely making some pretty good progress on this, guys. This is looking quite nice. We do have a nice little roof up here. This is going to be our bedroom. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to grab the leaf bed, get it away from the smokers. See if we can manage to get this up the steps. Maybe we have to go backwards. Pop that bad boy over there. Nice little spot close to the window. We're going to have to build some windows for these in the near future, some actual like window frames. We need 2 more long sticks. Look at that beautiful moonrise. And that beautiful sunset. And guys, that's going to be it for this episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep. I'll get us through the nighttime. We'll come back tomorrow for the next episode. Thanks again for all the love and support. You guys have been absolutely amazing. If you like what you saw, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I cannot stress this enough. Please, 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 if you like my content, give me that subscription. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means the world to me. And if you want to get notified when I post new content or if I go live, hit that notification. Till next time, guys, go find your own damn resources.